Hey guys, Jennifer with Scraps of Life. It is Friday, and I am so glad it is Friday. This week, it wasn't bad. It wasn't negative. It was a little stressful, a little tense, just because a big deadline was coming up at work, which I met today. We're good. I hope, cross fingers, that I didn't miss any dotted I's or crossed T's. There's still more to come, but this first deadline I met, despite technical difficulties and all sorts of other life issues interfering. So yeah, I'm very glad it's Friday. I'm very glad it's the weekend. Unfortunately, we're still we're on pup watch right now because Duncan decided last night that he didn't want to eat his supper, which is very unusual for Duncan. Duncan likes to eat. Duncan will eat anything, which has been a problem in the past. But yeah, so when he just kind of left his food alone for like 2 hours, so we were getting I think we were both like trying not to freak out prematurely, but also trying not to, pass it off in case it's something serious. Ultimately, last night, I got him to eat about half of his dinner by hand feeding it to him a little bit at a time before he lost interest. So I don't know if he has a tummy bug or if, maybe something in his mouth is hurting him, or maybe he just has a cold and he can't smell his food, so it's not interesting. I don't know. Yeah, so it was a little worrying. And then this morning, when Todd tried to give him his breakfast, he wasn't interested, and he wouldn't even take it out of Todd's hand. So we made the decision to leave the food out for Duncan during the morning, and if when Todd came home at lunch, he hadn't or wouldn't eat still, then Todd would see about getting him into the vet, because obviously, there would be something wrong. But when Todd got home, he sat next to Duncan in his food dish, and Duncan actually ate. So it was like, okay. Maybe we can hold off on going to the vet. It's not that we don't want to take him to the vet, it's just we don't want to overreact. If it's something simple, if it's just kind of a fluke, we're trying to find that balance between overprotective freak out and blasé. There's got to be a happy medium, right? Anyway, today when I got home, a little earlier than usual because Fridays we get off at 4:30, I was having a snack and he was kind of interested. So I was like, well, it's early, but let me put your food down and see if you'll eat. Because I figure, he could take a while to eat. And he did eat slower than normal, but he ate on his own. So we're going to keep watching him over the weekend, obviously. Because he's still not as playful, as rambunctious as he usually is, which normally we'd be grateful for. Because, toning down the excitement level is sort of what we were after, but yeah, we don't want him to be sick or uncomfortable or anything. So we're just going to keep an eye on him and see, make sure that he continues to eat and continues to do his business, and see how it goes. And hopefully we won't have to do an emergency vet over the weekend. Hopefully he continues to perk back up. So tonight, Todd is still at the office because he had some reports to finish. So I am hanging out with the pup, watching a little Buffy, doing a little knitting, and I think we're going to dinner somewhere. I'm not quite sure. We'll confirm that when Todd gets home. And this weekend, I'm still working on my itinerary. I need to go into Tallahassee, go to the office, but I don't know if I'm going to do that Saturday or Sunday. I might take Saturday off again and just do all my errands on one day. We'll see what happens. So yeah, Todd killed his jigsaw last weekend. I mean, it was dying as it is, but he kind of euthanized it unintentionally. So it's a Friday night, and we're at Lowe's. It's like all times. And it's like, maybe 15, 20 minutes before they close, so we can't browse too long. Got what you need? Okay.
Dinner.
Yeah, funny how that works.
No, we just get you to stop biting.
We don't want much.
That isn't much.
We don't think so. He, I'm sure, does.
Stick your nose in my belly.
Yeah, Duncan appears to be feeling better, thankfully. Provided I included the clips or they were worth anything, we ended up going to El Paso for dinner, and I had a rather large margarita, and I'm in that nice feeling no pain zone, which is where I like to be after a margarita. Unfortunately, I had a sneezing fit, which kind of harshed some of the buzz, if you will, but it's okay. But Duncan was happy to see us. He is liking the fact that we are now leaving him in the hallway as opposed to his crate, I think. I mean, I think he likes it. It's hard to tell. We're not here. But, right, this is true. So, we have the hallway door closed, and we have his bed, and his water dish, and today we had his food out because he didn't eat breakfast, and then we got his toys, and he's got his dog door open, and then we usually have the gate up over the dining room. So he has a nice little area that he could play in, although we don't really see evidence of him playing. But he can also go out and, you know, play in the yard or bark at the neighbors or, you know, whatever. We got to break him of that barking at the neighbors thing. But, yeah, so he seems to be doing okay with that. He's not destroying anything, knock on wood. Although we do still need to do a little bit more puppy proofing, really. Because back here is not puppy safe, no. Not officially. If he wanted to get into mischief, he could. He just hasn't wanted to, thankfully, yet. But we probably need to not count on that. But yeah, I think it's now pajama time, jammy time, and watch TV time. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Hey guys, it is a little after 3 o'clock on Saturday. What is this? August 20th. And I took the morning off and it felt wonderful. Todd actually took Duncan to the dog park so I could sleep in. I was already awake by that time, but I took advantage of the quiet house. I stayed upstairs. I watched Buffy, and I did some knitting. And I know from this angle it doesn't look like a lot. But take a gander at one of the straightened out sections here, and I am really liking the way it's coming together. Yeah, and I've just started the cable section, and yeah, probably gonna work on that a little bit more today. Just trying to take a day for myself. I don't have to go into Graffiteria at all this weekend. I was planning to go tomorrow before I went grocery shopping, just kind of get my errands in all in one day. But the boss had left me a message that to give him a call before I headed down, and I said, you know, all right, what's up? And he's got some work to do in town, and so he said he would meet me halfway. Or thereabouts. He's actually coming up farther, but he said it was fine. So he's going to bring me like the one form that he needed to sign that I got to send in. And yeah, so bonus. I just got off the phone with a client. She had a couple questions and needed a couple small changes done to the job I finished for her last week. Super simple changes, easy to do. Already sent them off, all good. Yeah, so aside from creating next week's menu and working on my Imagine projects, today's pretty laid back, and I'm pretty happy with that. Now, I told you Todd took Duncan to the dog park this morning to give me a little bit of a rest, and then he came home and did some work in the bathroom, and I'm told that the window is back in place. I haven't seen it yet, so let's look. Alright. Ta-da! We have a window again! And we have glare, but okay, I'm gonna work on that. But yeah, and he went ahead and tied the weights back in place. And that's about where the bottom of the one for the top sash has to go. And so now, oh, it's really tight. Am I supposed to be able to move this? Okay, so the bottom sash moves very easily. Let's see if I can move the top. It's supposed to be movable, but yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's really snug. Yeah. Okay, so, as I understand it, the reason why double hung windows are so cool is because they literally help cool the room. So what happens is, everybody remembers that whole thermodynamic rule of, heat rises. That's what this does. By opening, when it's hot outside, or inside rather, if you open the top sash, the heat is supposed to help filter the heat out of the way while allowing the cold air, which sinks, right? Yes, to stay in the room. So in theory, if we do this to all of our windows and make them all openable, we might have another way to help keep the house cool. That's another reason why there's tall ceilings in these old houses back before air conditioning was a thing. Now I gotta try and close that window. Oh, Lord. Todd's gonna need to fix that. I can't. I can't get it to go. It's just really tight in there. It's really snug. So Todd is being a very good helper monkey today, and he's mowing the grass. And Duncan is back to his old self. He must have just had like a little tummy bug or some blip of a thing, because last night after we got home from dinner, he was very much back to his old self, and this morning he's normal. So we're very happy that there was no lasting issue, but we could have done with the less bitey hyper pup. You take what you get. It's nap time. Hey guys, it's I think it's a little after 5 on Sunday, the 21st. And as you can see, Duncan and Todd are having a bit of a nap in the living room. And I am working on design team projects. I finished my first one. I can't show it to you yet because chances are better than they were that this video will go up before the projects go live on their website. So yeah, I've been working on projects. I've got one more to do this afternoon. Need to set up my planner for the next week. And yeah, fairly low-key. I didn't have to go down to Tallahassee today. My old boss actually ended up taking a drive up here and dropped it off here at the house. Then I went grocery shopping, and yeah, that's kind of been my day so far. So I'm catching up on some YouTube videos while I work, and the rest of the evening I imagine will be just as chill. Alright, you guys, I freely admit that I'm a bit of a klutz, but I have had cell phones for many, many, many years and never really done any real damage to them. Now, if you remember, last March, late February, early March, before Todd's birthday, I dropped my last phone and cracked the screen. And I limped it along until it was time to renew in July. And so in July, I got a new phone. shiny, pretty new Samsung. I just dropped it. Well, it slid off my work table, and yeah, so now the top of the screen's all spidery. Crap. And it was a refurb, so I'm really not quite sure how. I think it would probably be more expensive to get a new phone than it would to do. I don't know. I gotta look it up. Might have to find some place that'll fix it, or maybe I can buy a kit that'll replace the screen. I don't know. But this sucks. This really sucks. And I've had a really bad week for breaking things. I broke a wine glass on Monday. It's just not been a good week for me and glass things. Damn it. Okay, so I went to Walmart and picked up one of those actual tempered glass screen protectors. So, and installed it fairly well. There's always an air pocket when I do these things, but at least it's on there and it's covering the part of the phone that's cracked, and everything is working properly. And I also bought what is somewhat but ugly compared to the, I gotta say, this little white Samsung Galaxy S5 was very pretty, very elegant, very lightweight. It is now none of those things. I mean, okay, so this like purple and gray cover isn't horrible. It was better than the other one, a lot of the other ones that were there, but it's not doing much for me. And it also made it big and clunky, which was not what the phone was. So, while I am sad about that, it's a bit of $30 insurance on there that I won't make it any worse. I still have the option of ordering a replacement phone for $150. The phone was only $50. And or ordering a screen repair kit for like 10 or 15 bucks off of Amazon and trying my hand at fixing it myself. I don't know. You know, when it comes to like unscrewing things and putting things back and screwing it back together, no problem. There's glue involved, and okay, so you know, but electronics and getting everything nice and even and curing it right and not making a sticky mess of things, less comfortable with that. But really, it's the having to like unhook the little tiny things all over the place, you know, that are, you know, like the keys and the buttons and, you know, disconnecting and reconnecting those. It looked simple enough on the video, but I don't know. So that's really what has me, you know, like feeling a little squeamish about fixing it myself. Now, I did some searches for repair places in town, and it looks like there might be a place I could take it and have them fix it. But, and I think I asked for a quote. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so I might contact them. They were already closed on a Sunday, but I might contact them sometime during the week, or maybe go by after work one day and see what they would cost to replace the glass. And if it's not horrific, then maybe I'll have them do it, and then just, you know, go on with my merry way and use screen protectors in the future and better cases so that this doesn't happen again. Anyway, so I think that ends our adventures for this weekend. Todd's making supper, and I've got another project to work on, and yeah. Oh, one good thing about having to go to Walmart today, I checked out their Keurig pods because I'm running low. I think I'm out of most of my tea pods except for the sleepy time. And I found 2 boxes of Twinings English Breakfast decaf on their shelf. So that'll set me for like a month. And yeah, that makes me happy. So it's the silver lining to a broken cell phone case. All right, if I don't check in later, I hope you guys enjoyed this little weekend update. Everybody have a safe week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.